Hey, everyone! Welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. Francis Ngannou warned away from boxing debut against Deontay Wilder, starting from some interesting news in the world of combat sports. Recently, Francis Ngannou has caught the attention of Terence Crawford, a decorated boxing champion. Crawford has given Ngannou a word of caution about pursuing a professional boxing debut against Deontay Wilder, the former WBC heavyweight champion. Crawford, known for his gold-holding skills, believes that Ngannou could potentially face a devastating knockout loss if he steps into the ring with Wilder. However, Ngannou is a force to be reckoned with, a ruthless knockout artist in his own right. He's been away from combat sports since January of last year, with his most recent headline bout at UFC 270 against Cyril Gane, where he successfully unified the titles in a unanimous decision victory. But here's the twist. Ngannou made a big move earlier this year by leaving the UFC and joining the PFL, signing a monumental deal with them. However, Crawford, the undefeated welterweight kingpin, is advising Ngannou to steer clear of a fight with Wilder. He's genuinely concerned about Ngannou potentially experiencing a brutal knockout loss at the hands of the fierce boxer. It's fascinating to see how these different combat sports worlds intertwine and collide. Will Ngannou heed Crawford's warning? Until then, see how this story unfolds in the ring. Terence Crawford told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour while discussing about Francis Ngannou, "If he, Deontay Wilder, he hits you, you're going to sleep. Tyson Fury, he went to sleep and woke up. I don't see too many other guys doing that. Deontay Wilder is one of the biggest punchers ever, so just keep that in mind." Joe Rogan praises Yair Rodriguez. Another talk is about the exciting performances that might have slipped under the radar. It is around Alexander Volkanovski's impressive showing against Islam Makhachev. It's crucial to recognize that Volkanovski has a formidable challenger waiting in the wings. On the same night, Yair Rodriguez made a statement by capturing the interim featherweight gold with a dominant performance against Josh Emmett. Rodriguez showcased his lethal kicking game, leaving his opponent dismantled and in awe. But this isn't the first time we've seen Pantera deliver jaw-dropping highlights. Throughout his career, he has displayed a range-based offense that poses a real threat to the shorter Volkanovski. Even UFC commentator Joe Rogan couldn't contain his admiration for Rodriguez. During a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan showered Rodriguez with heaps of praise, calling him a genius and passionately discussing his exceptional kicking capabilities. It's moments like these that remind us of the extraordinary talent and diversity within the UFC's featherweight division. Rogan said, "Have you seen Yair Rodriguez fight? Yair Rodriguez is one of the wildest mother F that's ever fought in MMA. Yair has some of the craziest kicks. He's got this taekwondo background, but he does all this wild sit. He hit BJ Penn with a 360 roundhouse kick. He ked BJ Penn up. Look at this mother F. He kicked him with the right, and then in the air hits him with the left. He's a beast. He's so dynamic, his striking and on the ground. He finished Josh Emmett with a triangle in his last fight. On the ground, he's nasty. He is effing wicked. He's wicked, and he's really hard to figure out because everything he does is different. Effing genius." So yeah, mark your calendars because we have a thrilling showdown on the horizon. Yair Rodriguez will finally get his chance to prove his genius inside the octagon and potentially dethrone the reigning champion, Alexander Volkanovski, at UFC 290 on Satpra, July 8, 2023 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Logan Paul grapples UFC champions Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski. Now, once again, we've got sensational waves of Logan Paul from the sports world. Lately, he shared a clip on his social media accounts, giving us a glimpse of his grappling sessions with none other than UFC champions Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski. Stepping into the lion's den, for sure. In the video, Logan Paul going toe-to-toe with Adesanya and Volkanovski, testing his skills on the mats. And it's not just them. Brazilian jiu-jitsu ace Craig Jones also joins in the training, making it a star-studded grappling session, a captivating crossover interaction. Now, we all know Logan Paul for his ventures in boxing, facing off against fellow influencer KSI and even the legendary Floyd Mayweather in 2021. Although he didn't come out victorious in those contests, he's expressed his interest in exploring MMA as well. It seems like Paul is always up for a new challenge, following his own playbook of picking opponents, sometimes smaller than himself, as he did when he called out lightweight Paddy Pimblett. Speaking of UFC 290, Alexander Volkanovski will be headlining the event, going up against interim featherweight champion Yair Rodriguez. If Volkanovski secures the win, it will be his 5th successful title defense, leaving his 145 pounds contenders with little hope. With his impressive showing against Islam Makhachev earlier this year, where he pushed the Dagestani fighter to the limit across 5 grueling rounds, there's a chance we might see Volkanovski move up and aim for the lightweight title in the future. Can't wait to see how these stories unfold in the coming months. Justin Gaethje shares surprisingly high praise for former UFC champion Conor McGregor, moving towards some unexpected sights of praise to none other than Conor McGregor. While Gaethje is gearing up for his highly anticipated matchup against Dustin Poirier later this summer, McGregor is also preparing for his return to the octagon, expected to face off against Michael Chandler in the 3rd or 4th quarter of this year. It's been 2 long years since we've seen McGregor in action after his unfortunate injury in the fight against Dustin Poirier. Even though Gaethje and McGregor have never faced each other inside the cage, that hasn't stopped them from engaging in heated exchanges on social media from time to time. Here's the twist. Gaethje recently showed some admiration for McGregor's accomplishments in the sport. Now that's a surprising turn of events. It's always interesting when fighters acknowledge each other's achievements, even amidst their ongoing rivalries. Justin Gaethje said about Conor McGregor, "He's entertaining as hell." Moreover, there are interesting insights for you straight from the Fighting and Finance podcast. Justin Gaethje, always known for his straightforward approach, shared his thoughts on why Conor McGregor holds the crown as the highest-paid fighter in MMA. Gaethje's recent interview, The Highlight, surprised many by giving props to Notorious for his impressive achievements. He said, "You know Conor McGregor is the most paid athlete in this sport by far because of a specific reason. 2 specific reasons. He's an amazing fighter, and, he's entertaining as hell. So those 2 things, perfect combination." Furthermore, Gaethje, known for his thrilling fighting style, takes pride in his striking skills and has a history of delivering action-packed fights. At UFC 291, he will have the perfect opportunity to showcase his ferocity against the #2-ranked Dustin Poirier. The rematch between them will determine the new BMF champion following Jorge Masvidal's retirement. A spectacle for the eyes. Matt Brown says he'll beg Dana White for heavyweight bout. In the world of MMA, there's always someone eagerly waiting for something big to happen. And yes, you know the drill, don't you? UFC veteran Matt Brown, known as the Immortal, continues to defy age with his impressive performances and first-round knockouts against fellow veterans. At 42 years old, he shows no signs of slowing down, a noteworthy point. In fact, Brown already has a specific matchup in mind, one that he's willing to go as far as begging UFC President Dana White for. Unlike most fighters who seek opponents to advance their careers, Brown is purely seeking a thrilling and enjoyable challenge. Brown said, "When you talk about wanting to fight again, it is a lot about the date and the injuries. For my next fight, what I would really like, and I highly doubt it's going to happen, but I would love to fight Derek Lewis. I'd love to go up to heavyweight. Bro, you're in, right?" Regardless of the stats, the noticeable weight difference between Brown and Lewis is evident. However, being the skilled fighter that he is, the TUF7 alum has identified certain weaknesses he can capitalize on. "It's winnable. It's certainly winnable for him," Brown said with a laugh. "Like, if I get touched, I'm effing going to the hospital that night, but he's got to touch me, bro. Heavyweights, it's harder for them to hit you, man. You can dodge their punches pretty well. They have a hard time dealing with us in sparring. Also, Brown is determined to compete in the heavyweight division, and he's willing to go to great lengths to make it a reality. I would love that challenge. I would get on my knees and beg UFC President Dana White for that." So the conversation started with a tweet from Conor McGregor after Brown's knockout win over Court McGee. This victory tied Brown with Lewis for the most UFC knockout wins. Both McGregor and Brown are determined not to be outdone, indeed, igniting the spirit of rivalry. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching till the end. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay updated about our future videos. See you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.